Hello there, how are you doing? This tutorial is to show you how to set up your school to use Riabo. This video is for school leaders, principals, and anyone who is setting up their school to dole out those tasks that have to be done throughout the year, whether they're Kuntas Misuls or checklist for the child protection, or even to check that teachers have taught the RSE, Walk Tall and Stay Safe programs. It can even be used for voting on certain things, where you're going on a staff night out or a date and for a staff evening and so on. But I'm going to show you the basics to start off with and how to get set up in under 10 minutes. This guide is also available to you in text form by going to the help section. So before we begin, we have to sign up. So to do that is very simple. You simply click on Start Free Trial. You're obviously a school. We'll soon be adding other organizations and we can click Continue. Give yourself your name. So I'm going to do a test school here. I'll fill out the details and I'll be back to you in a moment. Once you have clicked create your account, you should get an email from Riabo to confirm your email address. You simply click confirm my account and you are going to be in. Simply click login and type in your email address and password. And what you'll find is you're going to finish setting up your school. So you're basically a school, you're signed in, your name, your school name, your roll number, and agreeing to the terms and conditions. And what we do is create your organization. After a few seconds, you'll see that you have a 30-day trial to start off with. If you're a member of schoolpolicy.ie of the premium, that's the top tier, you get Riabo for free. And you can get in touch with schoolpolicy.ie and they will send you an activation code. But what we'll do for now is we will get started. We have an onboarding tool to personalize things for yourself. You have a few jobs that you can do. If you don't want to do those now and you want to do them later, you can skip that and go straight to your dashboard. However, I'm going to go through them pretty quickly with you. You can personalize Riabo for your school. Simply click on Personalize Riabo and it should load up your settings. So you can choose a brand color, maybe your school colors. You can choose your logo. And those will appear just here and we'll just save the branding as it is. So once we're there, we can go back to our checklist. We've personalized. We can then add our staff. Now in this section, adding our staff is the most important thing you can do. And you can either add one person at a time, or if you want, you can import your entire staff list. This is simply done by typing in their first name, their surname, their email, and their role. And what we can do is we have a CSV template, which you can download, and that will simply show you, you can fill in it like a spreadsheet. That's simple enough to do. Just download it and fill in the details. So after filling in the CSV, I can upload it or I can even paste in the details here and I can review that import and it will show who the people are. They're all valid according to Riabo. So those 9 staff are going to be imported now. That'll take a little bit of time. Once the staff are uploaded, you'll be able to print login slips for them. You'll be able to download their credentials. You'll be able to email their login details. So I'm going to select their login slips. And as you can see, you'll be able to print those out as you wish. So I'm going to save those to print later. And we go back and we can even download their credentials as a CSV file so they have their temporary passwords. When they log in, they'll be able to go onto their dashboard and be able to see their tasks. So once you're done, you will be back to we can go back to our onboarding. And we're going to create our first action. This is the most important thing here to do. We're going to create our first action. So we can have one action or multiple actions. One action will be a one-off task you want people to do. Multiple actions are something like a monthly task, such as Kuntas Misuls. So we'll try one action really for now. We don't have any templates right now, so that's what we need to do first. Creating our templates, you have 2 sections over here, my templates and my, as you can imagine, we don't have any templates and you can create one from new or you can get one from our template library. We've several templates that are available. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do the one where people have to upload their timetables. So we can search for the word timetable here and staff to upload their timetables. So we'll use that template. So it pre-fills in some details. So staff to upload their timetables, upload your staff timetable. You can change any of this. So what we'll want this from is we'll want this maybe from the 1st of maybe the 27th of August. A lot of schools are back then. And we'll want them within a month. So we'll say maybe by the end of September, we'd want people's timetables. We want them to upload their file. Now, if they're uploading a file, you'll need to set up your storage settings. That's very easy. You're just connecting your Google Drive. In this case, we might get them to choose a link to their timetable. They might put it on their own Google Drive. So we might do that now. Well, you can select requires approval if the principal needs to say that they have approved it or not. In this case, we'll say yes. Then you can select all the staff that you want to upload their timetable. So you can select all of those. But one of the things you can do there is you can make groups of people, which we can do in a minute. So in this case, we might just say that the following people need to upload their timetables because they're classroom teachers. So let's create that action, and that is done successfully. I just mentioned the groups there. We might create a group called classroom teachers. So that's classroom teachers. We don't have to give a description, and we might just put in the classroom teachers that we have in the school. Let's say we have 5 of those, and we'll create that group. Okay, so we have classroom teachers there. And if we go and create another action, go to our template library, and we might just go for teaching RSC time. So here's the RSC program. I'm going to use that template. I'm going to create that action. We make sure that you've taught the RSC program. So that's usually in the 3rd term. So let's go all the way to next April, and we'll go from the 13th, and it needs to be taught before the end of the year. But what we'll say is I prefer for it to be taught by the end of May. So I'm going to go with that. Confirmation if they've done that. Does it require approval? In this case, no. But this time we just want our classroom teachers. So we're going to create that action there. So as you can see, it's really simple to create those actions. If you want to create your own templates, that's very easy to do. You can use the template library as well. And the various ideas there. We'll just go back to our onboarding just to make sure that we have everything in place there. Your school, where it says you're ready. So we've done everything that we need to do. Just some other settings that you might want to make sure that you have. Going through the settings, your general settings this is something, if you're a school, that's the school. You can change your name, you can change your roll number, your county if you want to, and when you start and your working days. Nice and simple. Any terminology you like to use for schools, we have the default one where the owner of the website of your school is the principal. You can have admin, which is your leadership team, and your staff can be called staff. Groups can be called groups. Generally, it's up to you to change those if you want. I went through branding. Recognition is a nice little system we have to give a little dopamine hit to staff who complete their tasks. So some schools will want that. So basically, how that works is if you complete a task, it recognizes that by giving you a little celebration for doing that. It creates streaks and things like that. If you're a school that doesn't want that, you just turn that off. I think most schools will probably want that. It's just to encourage people to get things in on time. When it comes to reminders, if something is overdue, and this is, I think, where the real power of Riabo is, you can enable automatic overdue action items. So when something is overdue, it will send an email. So it will send the first reminder maybe on the day, and it might repeat it every number of days. So again, you can choose that. And if it's overdue, you can escalate it by a certain amount. So after a certain amount of time, after a certain number of days, it might escalate to the leadership, and it might notify the principal after a certain amount of days as well. And we can save those settings as well, because we will remind people. So that's saved. In terms of storage, I mentioned you can connect up your Google Drive. I won't do that here, but just simply click your Google Drive and you get connect folder where all the uploads will go to. And obviously your subscription there, you can type in your activation code when you get it. Just in terms of the achievements that people get, this is the administrators, so you won't see very much here. But in the achievements, this is what a person will see: their current streak, their longest streak, how many achievements they've earned, what's available to them. So that's all that. These are some of the achievements that you can get, the rewards for being consistent, or if you've completed all your tasks in time, and so on, if you complete 100 tasks. So that's what that is. As well as that, for the administrator, you can see some insights into how people are doing. Obviously, nobody's done anything at the moment, but this will tell you basically what percentage of people have completed all the tasks, what percentage of tasks have been completed, anything that requires attention. The idea here isn't to embarrass anybody or to chase anyone, it's just give you some reports there. And also you can create reports for your organization, report to your board of management about tasks if you need, and any outstanding work reports. Again, this will name any staff that haven't completed reports. It just gives you a summary of who has completed or hasn't completed tasks. That's kind of it for Riabo as the administrator of the website. It's nice and simple. The idea, as I say, is to give the tasks out to people. You'll see if you go to the actions, any actions that need to be completed, there they are. If somebody completes a task, you'll be able to approve it if needs be. And that's essentially as simple as that. You are all set up for Riabo. If you want more help, you can simply go to the help center. There's the first 10 minutes with Riabo. You can add your school details, add your branding and so on, and track completion. Dead easy. I hope you enjoyed. Any questions, please get in touch, and I look forward to hearing your feedback. Thanks so much.